Okay, so this next chorus after the guitar solo, the only difference is to the first progression we have this. It sounds like this basically. You know, and this little phrase. Okay, so what is this? The first 4 notes, we're going to bend up full tone on the 11th fret of the G. Then we'll play 12 on the B, 9 on the high E, and 12 on the B again. The key is trying to release that bend. Not release the bend, we want to cut the bend off here on the 11th fret of the G when we play the next note, but without making any noise, okay? Like that. And after that we have, which is a pre-bend, so pre-bend for 1 full tone on the 11th fret of the G, bend down, release, and then play the 11th fret as normal on the G. Then we have this. So basically that's an up and down and up bend quickly. Okay? We actually pre-bend that, you know. Pre-bend, then go down and then up. Now when I play it together, I can realise that it's a pre-bend, then we quickly bend down and up again. And then we go to the, we time it so that we can slide down and then come into the last 2 chords of the progression. Okay. Just like so, and then the rest is as normal. So another fine detail of the next verse, we have a little lick that comes in somewhere like the previous verse. Okay? Slowly. So what is that? A kind of a quick blues bend and cut off on the 11th fret of the G. And then a kind of a blues curl on the 9th fret of the G. Just like that, and then we go, which is 9, so 11 to 9 to 11 on the D, but you want to pull off and then play again. And then 9th fret on the G and B, we hit and slide down. Okay? So you heard the timing when I first played it, so try to see if you can get it with that. Okay, so for this final chorus, the first 2 times it goes to the progression, perfectly usual, no difference whatsoever. The second 2 times, we have this that happens. Okay, what is this? Well, it starts the same time as that, in the previous chorus we had that melody that went. We had that one, it starts exactly the same time. Basically, all it is this, which is a bend, a full tone bend on the G on the 11th fret. So we bend that up, and then we play the 12th fret with 2 upstrokes. This is the way I do it, on the 12th fret, okay, on the B string. The reason why I use upstrokes there, I kind of touch my thumb over the string so it mutes the bent note that we played. Okay, and then we do that again. Okay? And then we go, which is just the 11th fret played normally, and then I do like a pre-bend, and then we just kind of add some vibrato, okay, to the full tone bend, like that. So we play the 11th fret on its own, then we bend it up a full tone, but without really hearing the bend. Okay? Don't really want to hear that bend there. And at the same time, there's another guitar playing that melody an octave higher, okay? Which is basically a 19th fret here on the B string, a full tone bend, and then we play the 19th fret on the high E twice, upstroke, again muting the bent note as we do it, twice, and then play the 19th fret normally, and then bend it up pre-bend on that full tone. Okay, so that's that. And that's basically the only difference in that chorus, really, before we go into the final, you know, harmonized section. Okay, so the part near the end with the harmonies we'll go through. I'm not going to go through it note by note. I'll play it slowly and give indicators to the frets. Basically the harmonies are played 4 times. There are four different harmonies. The first 2 times the low 2 harmonies are being played, but with an added twiddle. The third time round is the middle 2 harmonies, and then 4th time round it'll be the high 2 harmonies. You can choose what parts you're playing, by the way, obviously. So the first harmony, the lowest one with a twiddle, it's only ever played with a twiddle, by the way. And you'll know what the twiddle is when you hear it, so it sounds like this. The twiddle is the... Okay. So the frets we're using are frets 9, 11 on the G, and then 9, 10, 12 on the B, and then obviously, you know, 11 and 9 on the D. So slowly it's... The twiddle basically is 10th fret here, then we pull off to the 9th on the B, by the way, hammer back onto the 10th, pull off to the 9th again on the B. Okay? So that's played twice, and the other guitar is playing this over the top of that. Okay, so we're starting on the 13th fret of the G, we're using the 14th fret as well, and then 12, 14 on the B. Also when we go back down we'll be using frets 14, 13, 11 on the G, and then 14 on the D. So slowly. Okay, and that bend, by the way, is 3 fret bend or 1.5 tones. The third time, so the first 2 times the high guitar will be playing that, but when the guitars move up, it'll end up being the guitar that was playing the low part will now move into playing that section, and then that twiddle will disappear. So we'll just have this. So that twiddle, that won't be like that, it'll be... Okay, so the third harmony sounds like this. Okay, the frets for this will be 12, 14 on the B and the high E, and then we bend up a full tone at the top of that on the 14th fret of the high E, and then we're using 14, 13 on the G, okay? So slowly. The final harmony at the top, only the high guitar will play this, sounds like this. Okay, so again, slowly. So the frets we're basically using there, we're starting on the 17th fret of the B, and then it'll be 14, 16, 17 on the high E. And the high bend is on the 17th fret. Also, it's when we go back down, you know, we're just going to the 14th fret on the B, and then the 16th fret on the G at the end. So that's the harmonies for you. So hopefully you can pick them up from that. Okay, so we have the outro here, which is like the intro, a couple of differences. So the lower guitar will do this. Okay, the twiddle there, or the trill, is between the 8th fret and 9th fret there. So, like the intro, but just with that in it. Then when we go to the high part, we'll have this. So that'll be 3 times on the 13th fret of the G, and then the 12th fret of the B. Then we have 13, 11, 9, 8 on the G. And then the 8th fret will play again, but bend up a semitone to resolve it. Okay, and then the higher guitar will be doing a. So that twiddle there will just be, going alongside this one. Okay. And we'll also have this, and the second part, which will go. Okay, so that'll be, which is 3 times on the 17th fret on the B, 14th fret on the high A. And then we go 17, 16, 14, 12. And then we'll go to the 11th fret on the G, bend up a full tone to resolve it. Okay? And there we go. That is the final part of that, and that kind of just rings out at the end, and then the song finishes. So hopefully you've picked something up from this lesson, which will be how to play Waiting for an Alibi. So yep, if you like the lesson, if you think it helps you, then please like the video and subscribe if you want to see more lessons. I will see you soon.